All right, today we want to talk about the Nigerian elections and how everything went down. You know, there was a popularity contest on Twitter, social media, and everyone thought that one person was going to be the winner, but it didn't happen exactly so. But today we have a new guest with me, and he's Kobe. Kobe, what's up, Charlie? Yeah, welcome to the Chat Room podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on the election? Like the contestants, how there was always going to be one winner. At least that's what we thought, and then everything just went upside down. And now some people are claiming that there has been rigging and whatnot. So, what do you think about them? From Bolati to Peter Obi and Tinubu. What do you think about everything?
Yeah, so the whole this thing has been, it's like we are always focused, like our main focus was on the social media, and obviously that's what we get our information from. Going on Twitter, you think, oh
yeah,
this guy is going to win. Tinubu doesn't have a chance. But
yeah, that's what we thought.
Yes, that's what we thought.
Mm-hmm.
But in the actual sense, there were other factors that had to go in play, and I think that was what we lost track of that. Yeah.
But people, when you listen to the whole idea behind the election, people are saying that Tinubu is not fit for presidency. Why do you think people are saying that? Do you actually agree with that?
Oh yeah.
Why do you say that?
Yeah.
Tinubu is, I think, 72 or something.
He's 72.
Joe Biden is 78, or when he assumed office, he was 78, 79. But nobody said that about him.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that to our own president?
Let's face the facts.
Yeah.
The more you grow, the lesser you become capable. And yes, if you look at the way Africa, West Africa, Nigeria, Ghana, and most of the other countries, the way the system looks like right now, it needs a lot of work to be done.
And you think we need someone younger?
Yes, we need someone younger who is capable, who is he doesn't need to follow anyone's pressure or any sort of. But you look at this man, it looks like he's representing a huge, like a minority of the country, Nigeria. So it's like
Tinubu.
Yes. So it's like he's only there. He only won because of the popularity, the hype they've given him.
Yeah.
It's not that.
And another thing too, that I heard he's a very influential man, and he's also Yoruba. He's Muslim. So, the way Nigeria is a huge ethnic divide. They say they have 6 major states. Major ones. So you have northeast, northwest, northern central. Then you have the southern parts too. And so it's like most of the northerners are Muslims. And so Yorubas are going to vote for their guy. And then Igbos too are going to vote for their guy. And then the youth too are going to vote for who they say they want. So it was I think he played his cards well. But when you look at the elections, he won in the states he was supposed to win in. But in the states where people expected Obi to win, he also got a lot of numbers there, even though he didn't win. I don't know whether it makes sense. So he was either first or second in the major states that they contested in. And I feel like that's what won him the seat. Because if you look at Atiku and then Obi, and the other people, they won only in their strongholds. But it's also about how you're able to get numbers in other places where you are not really familiar with or popular with. So I think that was what won him the magic. But then fast forward to today, after the elections, they are saying that everything was rigged. At least a lot of the results were rigged. What do you think about that?
It might be true, it might not be true.
Well, I've been rigging there. A friend told me that there was rigging going on in the Nigerian election. I was asking him, which African election has he actually witnessed in the past 30 years without any rigging? I mean, even the United States, when they were voting Biden into power, people were saying it was rigged, right? Because they said people were dead were voting. Because they used, this postal thing. Yeah, they didn't go to the poll because it was COVID-19. So for me, I just think that of course there will be rigging. Of course, there's going to be some misappropriation, but still, I think he played his cards well. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, obviously he has the experience. He knows what he has to do to get into power, and I think that's what he did. Whether he rigged the votes or he did not, the main point is that we all know what you can do to get the seats.
Yeah, the seat, and he did what was necessary.
Yes, and he did what was necessary.
You know, there's a quote that says that it's not your votes that count, but the one who counts the votes.
Oh yes,
that matters. Yeah. So you go go the ballot or the polling station and go and exercise your franchise. But then at the end of the day, your votes are not going to count. But then, what do you think? For me, I think the reason I'm very interested in this Nigeria issue is that, like, Nigeria is like a very significant portion of Africa. They have the largest or one of the largest economies in Africa. They have the most populous country, and most of them are youth. And so I feel like if Nigeria should get a good leader, they are going to go for it to, moving Africa towards the right direction. And that's why a lot of people wanted Obi. And that's what I want to ask you. What do you think? Like, do you think there was a question mark with Obi? The people, I mean, you ask the average person, why are you voting for Obi? It's almost like, as you were saying, a popularity contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think very few of them saw the reason for them to vote for Obi.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually common in most of the African countries.
Yeah.
If you are popular, it's likely you are going to win.
Yeah. And it
doesn't matter what you are selling. What it only takes is that you have to be popular. You have to belong to a very popular political party, and that's it.
And I think the reason too he was popular amongst the youth was that they had seen like mismanagement from old people for so long. I mean, he's not really young. He's like 60. I think he's 61. But amongst, of course, the contestants, he's the youngest. They had seen a lot of mismanagement from Buhari and other old people who had, messed up their country. And so Obi was like the lodestar. He was like the shining star, the go-to guy. But for me, the question I'll ask them is, why were you even supporting Obi? That's my question. What are his policies? What is he going to do when he comes? Because we've seen that people assume power in politics and then they come and then they do opposite of everything they promised. Yeah, so for me, I think there was a question mark there. I'm not saying he's the wrong person. I'm not saying he's the right person. I just feel like everyone was just jumping onto the bandwagon of obedience. Are you an obedient child? In the end, Nigeria proved themselves to be, the opposite. But then, after the elections, there's been protests. And Obi said he's going to take the matter to court. How far do you think this is going to go?
Okay, we don't know the evidence that he has against this.
He actually said on his Twitter handle, before you come in, that he knows they won. Say, I know that we've won, and that they are going to take it to court to prove the case. So actually, the way the Nigerian electoral system works is that they are supposed to also upload onto their website, INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission. So they are supposed to load onto their website the various results for all the polling stations. One guy went to check one police station, and he didn't know what was there. A picture of a girl. He went to check results, like he wants to know what were the actual results. Does it tally with the things on the ground? Like, I think MPPNDC was pink sheets. He went to check, he clicked on the police station, let's see, Bugay School police station. He clicked on it, and what he saw was a picture of a girl. That's what PDF format. Yeah, but what do you think? Do you think it's going to work out? Okay,
that doesn't stand as a concrete evidence. Yes, it doesn't stand as a concrete evidence that this actually happened. Maybe we don't
Yeah.
Now you say we should just trust what the guy is saying.
Yeah, and even social media, a lot of people can pull up stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. But I think the people who are behind this, they are very smart.
Behind what exactly?
Behind the election. If
the whole
it was rigged. It
was went out.
Yeah. What I can say is the people who were behind it would be very smart. And proving something like this is going to seem very close to impossible. So my hopes, I'm not expecting that the results are going to change. Because it is what it is.
Because
it's already been done.
Yeah, the people who make sure Buhari's party was the APC. The people who make sure that Tinubu would win, Bolati would win, are the same people who are going to be in power. And so my point is, if you are going to contest, we all know that from social studies, we say the judicial arm is independent, but in reality, we know it's not. They are politically appointed people. And so the people in power actually made Tinubu win. And if you are going to contest, the electoral results against the very people who were placed there by, the previous president, I think they are going to find it very difficult. They must have, what's it called, evidence beyond reasonable doubt. Yeah, because the thing about social media is that when you follow, I was following the elections, right? And I was from the INEC station, their website, and I was also on Twitter. And then you compare and you realize that on Twitter, Obi was winning. You go to INEC, Tinubu was winning. Like, the thing is that you can also get carried away. People saying Obi won. My argument is he was stretched by, I think, 2.7 million votes. Is he going to prove that all those 2.7 million votes were rigged? Like, that's a huge number. You debate my point. That's a very huge number, and that's why I find it very difficult for him if he's going to do this at all. And I think even if it gets overturned, it can. I don't want to, be a doomsday prophet, but it can bring about, massive protests. You made a point that it's not just about one political party, but it's a whole generation, our mindset. And I was telling my friend, he was saying that the problem with Africa is we don't have good leaders. And so I was putting forth the point, where do good leaders come from? They don't come from spades, right? So they come from the masses. So if you have very corrupt people or youth who have a corrupt mindset, there's a low chance that you are going to get a good leader to stand in your stead. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. People talk about Kwame Nkrumah and the rest, but Kwame Nkrumah's era, they had people who were willing to build Africa because of what they had seen, the colonial period. So you had Thomas Sankara, you had Gaddafi, you had Mugabe, you had Mandela, you had Lumumba. All these people were big giants in Africa who wanted things to change. But if we are going to have, as you were saying, indifferent citizens and people who just want to find quick money, I don't think we are going to get a good leader from that. I don't think it's going to be possible. So yes, we have to look at ourselves first before maybe we can know if we are going to get a good leader. Charlie, it's been interesting. I hope to see you next time. Everyone, let us know what you think in the comment section down below about the Nigerian elections. Do you think Tinubu deserves to win? And even if you don't think he deserves to win, what do you think the fate of Nigeria holds for their youth?